Hey there and welcome back to the channel. It's Bryson with Dimes for Dollars here, and in today's hunt we have hunt number 44, boxes 93 and 94, and we're making some pretty good progress on the albums. We're under 50 spots left to fill, 49 of them, and most of them are going to be teens, 20s, and 30s, but there's always a chance that you'll find something in a box, so hopefully we'll get something today. We have a box here, and I don't see any enders on this side, but you never know what's inside, so we'll flip it over and get started. Roll number 2, and we've got our first wheat cent of the hunt. This one's going to be a 1951 out of Denver. 2 rolls later, and we've got our second wheat cent. This one's going to be another 50s find, a 1954 out of San Francisco this time. Very next roll, and we have a 50s find this time with a hole in it. 1956 Denver. And that is quite the hole. Still a wheat cent though. Wheat cent number 3, 5 rolls in. Roll number 8, and we have 2 more wheat cents. Up front, a 1958 out of Philadelphia this time. And back here, second wheat cent of the roll is going to be a 1954 out of Denver. Roll number 12 has 2 more finds for us. Our first Canadian coin, and it's going to be an oldie. That's Queen Elizabeth, the Laureate portrait, which is the young head, as it's also called. And the date on this is going to be 1957, so a nice older one, essentially a Canadian wheat cent. It's a nice find. We also have another wheat cent back here, and this one is a 1953 out of Denver. Roll 14, and we have wheat cent number 7. It's also going to be our first 40s find, a 1947 out of Denver. Roll 17, and we have another 50s wheat cent. This one's going to be a 1954 San Francisco. Roll 23, and we have another 50s wheat cent, a 1952 San Francisco. Halfway point of the box, and we got wheat cent number 10, which is going to be a 1958 out of Denver. Very next roll, and we've got 2 more wheat cents. The first one being a 1952 out of San Francisco. And further back here, our next wheat cent is going to be a 1947 Denver. Roll 31, and we've got our oldest find yet. Still in the 40s though, but it's going to be a 1941 out of Philadelphia. Next roll again, and I have another 50s wheat cent here. This one's going to be a 1958 out of Denver. Roll 38, and we have wheat cent number 15. This one's going to be another 50s find, a 1952 out of Denver. Roll 43, and we have another 40s wheat cent. This one's in pretty nice shape. It's going to be a 1948 out of San Francisco, and there's some pretty nice details on it. Nice on the reverse as well, but that might be an upgrader. It's another wheat cent for the collection either way. We got 7 left to go in box 1. Very last roll of the box, and we got 1 more wheat cent. We have a 1956 out of Denver, making for wheat cent number 17. Pretty good, 17 wheat cents. That's definitely above average, so I'm definitely glad to have that. Let's hope we can carry it on to box number 2. 4 rolls into box 2, and we have our first wheat cent of the second box. It's going to be a 1957 out of Denver. Very next roll, and we've got another one. This one's going to be another 50s find, a 1950 out of Denver. Roll 9 of box 2, and we've just hit wheat cent number 20. This one's going to be a 1953 out of Denver. Very next roll, and we've got another 40s wheat cent this time. It's going to be a 1946 San Francisco. Roll 14, and we got another wheat cent. This one's going to be a 1950 Philadelphia. Very next roll, and we've got 1 more. Another 1957 out of Denver. Roll 20, and we got wheat cent number 24. It's going to be another 40s wheat cent, 1948 out of Denver. Roll 21, and we have an unusual find here. We've got ourselves a proof penny. 2011 San Francisco, so it's going to have the shield reverse. So a modern proof. Don't see them as often, but it's still a really cool find. It's definitely been in circulation though. I'll definitely be putting it aside and flipping it up. Roll 24, and we've got a 40s wheat cent this time, 1946 Philly. Roll 28, and we got our first pre-40s find of the hunt. We have a 1936 with a mint mark. Looks to be a San Francisco. I don't know if we need it for the book, but it's definitely a nice looking one. Really nice on the reverse. So we'll put that up there for now, and we'll check after the hunt. Well, very next roll, and we have another pre-40s find. We actually have 2 wheat cents in this roll, but this one's going to be a 1939 out of San Francisco. The other wheat cents back here. And this one's going to be a 1958 Denver. Roll 33, and we got 2 more wheat cents here. Up front we have a 1941 out of Philadelphia. And back a little further, we have another wheat cent. Looks pretty beat up. And this one's going to be a 1957 Denver. Roll 35, and I do believe we have an error here. Looks to be a clip planchet just above In God We Trust. A little tiny one, not as big as some of the other ones I've found. But still, you can see right there, there's an elliptical cutout of it. So I do believe that's going to be an error. Really nice looking coin too, so I'll definitely be putting that one aside with the proof up there. And we got 15 rolls left to go. Well, very next roll, and we've actually got 3 finds this time. We have a Canadian cent, really nice 1964. It's really shiny. So I'll see if I can get a good angle here. That's in really nice shape. We also have these 2 wheat cents, a 1958 Denver. And back here, we have a 1954 out of Denver. Very next roll again, and we have wheat cent number 32 of the hunt. It's going to be a 1957 Denver. Roll number 40, and we've got another one. This one's going to be a 1953 San Francisco. 5 rolls from the end of this hunt, and we have another 50s wheat cent. Another 1956, this time out of Philadelphia. 1 roll from the end, and we have 1 more 40s wheat cent. Another 1946 out of Philadelphia. Well, the very last roll is going to give us 1 more wheat cent. Number 37 of the hunt, a 1944 out of San Francisco. It's a really nice way to wrap off a hunt with 1 more wheat cent. So I'll get that up there and get us back with a wrap up. Alright, well, we're back now with a wrap up. We got quite a few nice finds. We have 54 Esmond Memorial cents, 11 Canadian cents, with the best one being that 1964 Younghead. Really nice shape. We had 10 shiny copper cents, a whopping 25 50s wheat cents, 10 from the 40s, and 2 from the 30s, a 1939 San Francisco and a 1936 San Francisco. We also had a proof 2011 San Francisco and a 1973 Denver with a slightly clipped planchet. I went ahead and looked at the albums, and we actually need this 36 San Francisco, so let's go ahead and add it now. Well, there we have it, the 1936 San Francisco, 29.1 million minted, so it's definitely a little more common than, say, the rest of these ones. But still, I'm really glad to have it. It's not every day you come across the 30s with a mint mark, so that's a really exciting find. As for this 39S though, it's not going to upgrade. We had a pretty decent one in the book already. But we did have a lot of fun, and we did get some really nice finds on the hunt today, with a proof, a clip planchet, and a really nice foreign coin. We also bumped our total up to 222 spots filled, out of 270 in total, through 44 hunts. So anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. This hunt was a lot of fun. We got a lot of variety, really nice stuff today. So be sure to like and subscribe if you like my content. It really helps the channel out, and I will see you in the next one.